guys, welcome to another tribal session. On today's session, we are going to do a bit of a chit chat. I don't think I've actually done that, or rather a girl chat, and I don't think I've done that before because I keep getting asked, how do I get my confidence and does that translate in the bedroom? So I figured, you know what, let's just cover a few things. Let's, get into it and try and understand where this confidence comes from and how I maintain it. And I realized there's just not a lot of platforms or rather channels that kind of cover this kind of thing. I know there is a Zibele Cleaner. She is a South African YouTuber. She talks about a lot of sexual health topics, but today's video is sponsored by Viya Health, and that is a platform that gives women and girls the opportunity, the confidence, the freedom to kind of get the answers that they need to questions about their own personal sexual health. And I think that is extremely important. So if it is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get me to 25,000 followers, and I know we're so close. If you guys could be a part of that journey, I would really appreciate it. But for now, let's get into the video. So I think what we have to actually understand first and foremost when it comes to confidence is that confidence overall, where regardless of where you are, regardless of what space you're in, is intricately based on you. You really are the one who is in control of the narrative and of your own story. And it sounds cliche, but that's just how I do it. So from a holistic point of view, I'm going to start from a psychological or mental point of view. I do a lot of affirmations. Like I grew up in a home with affirmations. My parents were big on letting me know that I'm beautiful and that I'm very intelligent and capable of absolutely anything. And somehow I stumbled along the way. I think, there's different things that happened in my life that kind of made me feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not as great as my parents think I am. Maybe they're just biased. And I fell into a hole of insecurities. And it's taken a very, very long time to kind of pull myself out of that hole. And I'm still doing it to this day. So I think I need you guys to actually understand that this is not something that happens overnight. It's something that you consistently have to work on, and maintenance is key. So I do a lot of affirmations. I do tell myself how beautiful I am even when I'm not feeling it. I tell myself how smart I am even when I'm in a room of intellects. And I feel like, just the consistent drilling of it into my own head has made it a bit of a habit, and I start to actually believe it. So no matter what room I walk into, I believe that I belong there, and people feel like they need to follow suit too, because if I'm thinking I belong there, who are you to tell me that I don't? So I do a lot of affirmation, but when it comes to affirmations, I think that it's not as easy as just saying, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you are smart, you belong here, you are abundant. I could go on. Actually, I should get you guys a list of the things that I say to myself. But what I do think is very important, and especially for women, is that we have to be compassionate and kind to ourselves. There is so much that the world is throwing at us as women, especially as Black females, that bring us down, that literally make us feel like everything that you have internally built in your mind is a lie. Gaslighting from the world at large, from men and women too, is a big thing, and that definitely affects your confidence, and obviously it's going to affect how you perform in the bedroom. So you have to be compassionate with yourself, and you have to be kind to yourself, because the moment you lose that is the moment you become vulnerable and more susceptible to other people's opinions and perceptions of you infiltrating and staying and sticking, and it's very, very tough to get that out. So I also want to encourage parents, like, make sure that your little girls feel like they are powerful. Make sure that they are not afraid to be themselves, that they're okay to go into any space and command presence, and let their presence be known. And I think, I do a lot of, like I said, affirmations, but I have to keep reminding myself to be kind to myself. I also keep a lot of people around me who are very encouraging. My friends, shout out to you guys, are amazing, and when it comes to that, because when I feel low, they definitely lift me up. So surround yourself with positive minded people. Anyone who's negative it can be contagious. So you're more likely to feel confident when you're around confident people, because that's something that will rub off on you. From an emotional point of view, the compassion and kindness that you show to yourself also translates. It's definitely important, because there's so much that we experience as women, and we are told you have to be strong, you're a woman, you're this. And I'm not trying to obviously compare it to that of men, because that's a whole other episode on its own that I think we need to actually delve into. But as women, you don't always have to be strong, and strong is relative. There's strength in softness, there's strength in vulnerability. So all of that will translate into, okay, I have gone through an ordeal, I'm going to cry, I'm going to do everything that I need to do to get myself out of this rut, or give myself the time to heal, and thereafter come back stronger. So never ever wallow in an emotional ordeal that keeps you feeling like you're anchored to sadness. And when you do get yourself out of it, that's where the confidence builds, because you actually look back and you're like, whoa, I was low then, and I'm not in the same space that I was yesterday. And then that contributes to your confidence. From a physical point of view, I really encourage women in particular to look at their bodies. When I am putting lotion on my body every day, I do it in front of a mirror. I look and I analyze my body to a T. And not only that, I look at my vagina regularly. I think it's so important to know the different parts of your body. Feel your breasts, feel your thighs, feel your vagina, because knowing exactly how your body is, when there's a sudden change or something that's just not in sync, you'll know, because it wasn't like it was yesterday. When I put lotion on my body especially, I feel my skin. I feel the ridges and the parts of my body, not just to get to know it, but I massage and I love it. I literally knead my skin and feel myself and embrace myself, and all of these things that you expect a man to kind of do to you, I do to myself. And it's not from a sexual point of view, I would say it's more sensual, because just the action of putting lotion on my body and feeling good about myself is something that heightens my sensuality, and sensuality can translate into the bedroom. And there are times where I'm just like, oh, I look at myself and there's just flaws. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely hated my body. I hated the fact that I felt like a 12-year-old boy. I wanted to feel more feminine, and I was just straight. I had a very athletic build. And it took me recording my progress through news for me to realize, wow, I'm actually so beautiful. Ladies, every single one of us has a different shape, a different size, different skin tones, different freckles. There's so many different things that make us unique, that is what you have to use as your superpower. Validation is also important. I don't want people to lie and say, it doesn't matter what other people think. It shouldn't, but it definitely plays a big role. And when it's positive validation, and when it's positive feedback rather, then you feel good about yourself, and it confirms something that you already knew. And then when it comes to the bedroom, if you've got all of these things in your mind and you're like, it doesn't actually matter what someone else says, if they're like, oh no, you got a bit of a belly, you're like, yeah, but I knew that, and I'm okay with it, and I'm fine with it. As women, we have different shapes. You are fine mentally, emotionally, psychologically with who you are. No one else can sway you. That brings me on to the next part of my video. How do I actually physically get prepared to have sex in the bedroom? And I think this is important, because a lot of people ask me about women on top. I think I can do a separate episode on that, but for today, I'm going to just show you some exercises, some stretches that you can do on a regular daily basis that will always keep you ready. I mean, if you stay ready, then you never have to get ready. Okay guys, so sure, I'm out of breath. There you have it. Those are just a few exercises that you can do on a daily basis to kind of stretch you out and get you ready for women on top, being in the bedroom. In fact, most positions. Yoga is a really good way of kind of stretching your body out and pushing it to the max and getting you prepared for absolutely any position in the bedroom. So I hope that you guys loved this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are all the way at this point and you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor and do yourself a favor and go and subscribe. But yeah, trying to get to 25,000 followers and subscribers, and I would really like it if you guys could help me get there. So love you, Yoni tribe. Hope you have a good one.